Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Explain Maths. In this video, I will be solving the example sums and exercise 2.1 of the chapter Polynomials. And this chapter I have taken from grade 10. So this is the example question. First example is, look at the graphs given below. Each is the graph of y equal to px, where px is a polynomial. For each of the graphs, find the number of zeros of px. Okay, so there are three graphs given over here. You have to find the number of zeros. So first try to understand what do you mean by zeros of a polynomial. So if you did not see my previous video, please have a look on that video first, because in that video I've explained in detail what is the meaning of zeros in a polynomial. Okay, so zeros of a polynomial means it is a point on x coordinate where the graph intersects the x-axis. So the zero of polynomial is the x coordinate of the point where the graph intersects the x-axis. So if you see this, the first graph, okay, the polynomial, this is the graph of the polynomial which is intersecting x-axis at one point, isn't it? So number of zeros will be here 1, because the graph is intersecting in the x-axis exactly here at one point. So number of zeros will be 1. Now if you see the second graph, here the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 2 points. One point is here, one point is here, isn't it? If I'll mark it, so here is your first point, okay? Here is your first point and here is your second point. So number of zeros will be 2. Now if you see the third graph, graph is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. So the number of zeros will be 3 over here. Okay, so I feel this question is quite easy. Now this question is having some more graph. So let's do that also. And if you already know the answer of this, please pause the video and write the answer. So in this graph, if you see, okay, this is a straight line. It is intersecting the x-axis at exactly one point here. Okay, so here it is intersecting, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at one point. So number of zeros will be 1. Here also in fifth graph also it is intersecting at one point. Here also number of zeros will be 1. And in the last one, if you see, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 1, 2, 3 and 4 points. So number of zeros will be 4. So this is the example question. Now similarly, you have exercise 2.1 also. There also same type of questions are there. So now I'm going to solve those type of questions. So this is question number 1. The graph of y equal to px are given below for some polynomial px. Find the number of zeros of px in each case. So if you see the first graph, isn't it? This graph is not intersecting the x-axis at any point. So you will not have any zeros. Okay, so no zeros. And if you see the second graph, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at one point. So number of zeros will be 1. And in the third one, the number of zeros will be 1, 2 and 3, because the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points. So number of zeros will be 3. Now moving to the next part of this same question. Now here fourth graph, if you see here, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 2 points, isn't it? First point is over here and second point is here. So number of zeros will be 2. In the fifth graph, if you see, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So 4 zeros. And in the last graph, you can see 1, 2, 3. 3 point, the graph is intersecting the x-axis. So 3 zeros. So this only one question was there in exercise 2.1. So that's all for today's class. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.